So feel free to pause the video at any stage. We're going to have a look at another pattern. I'm going to check if it's linear. So we look at our first difference to see if it's linear, and I have 18, 44, 82, 132, so no, definitely not linear. Go again for a second difference. If the second difference is common, then we have a quadratic. 8 and 50, no, so not quadratic. Let's go again. And if it's not this, I'll go back and check if it's geometric. Let's go on to 12 and 12. Okay, so we have a cubic. And if you think about a cubic that you've seen before, you'd usually have seen like something x cubed plus something x squared plus something x plus something. And so you want to keep all this information, in your mind when you're doing it, functions, differentiation, because there is a way to speed this up now, as there was in the last one. But I'm going to do it the long way here now. So you can pause the video if you want and try and get Tn of this quadratic or this cubic, because you could be asked for T100 inside in the exam and you can't go up bit by bit and find out what T100 is. So we're used to dealing with the variable x in functions. When you look in the log tables to do it linear and geometric, they have n, so I'm going to work with n. But feel free to work with whatever variable you want. And T1 is 4. So that means anywhere that n is 1, I can throw in a 1 for n. And my first term, T1, is 4. So that's equal to 4. Clean that up. A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 4. Right, that's 4 things missing. Okay, so I normally wouldn't do something like that, but I'm going to persevere here and maybe it'll cancel out, or maybe it'll work out easier, or maybe I just have to go to 4 equations, 4 things missing, and just hope that I can deal with that situation with my method. So T2 is 22. A times 2 cubed plus B times 2 squared plus C times 2 plus D is equal to 22. Clean that up. I have 8A plus 4B plus 2C plus D equals 22. We'll do the same when n is 3 and clean it up. So again, pause the video whenever you want and do that, but I'm just going to do it in my head, and I'll end up with 27A plus 9B plus 3C plus D is equal to 66. I use the information that term 3 is 66, and then if I use the information that term 4 is 148, I'd end up with 64A plus 16B plus 4C plus D equals 148. 4 equations, 4 things missing. I'm going to take these 2 equations. I'm going to leave the 8A as it is, plus 4B plus 2C plus D equals 22. And I'm going to multiply this by a minus. So that's a minus A minus B minus C minus D equals 4. And that leaves me with 7A plus 3B plus C equals 18. I'm going to take these 2 equations and, I'll leave this one as it is and I'll multiply this one by a minus. And I'm just going to keep persevering like this until I eventually get what A, B and C are. 64A plus 16B plus 4C plus D equals 148. Minus 27A minus 9B minus 3C minus D equals minus 66. I end up with 37A, 7B plus C equals 82. Okay. And I'm going to just take these 2 now, that I've just found, I'm going to multiply this one by a minus 1, leave this one as it is, so that's 37a plus 7b plus c equals 82, and minus 7a minus 3b minus c equals minus 18. And that gives me 30a plus 4b equals 82 minus 18, 64. Okay, we're doing as far as here, so I must maybe do this again. So I'll take these two equations this time. So I had taken those two, and then I took these two. Now I'm going to take these two. I end up with, I'm going to leave this one here as it is, so 27a plus 9b plus 3c plus d equals 66, minus 8a minus 4b minus 2c minus d equals minus 22. That's gone. I end up with 19a plus 5b plus c equals 44. I'll take these two, I'll leave this one as it is, and multiply this one. So that is 64, 64a plus 16b plus 4c plus d equals 148. And then minus a minus b minus c minus d equals minus 4. And that gives me 63a plus 15b plus 3c equals 144. I'm going to take these two lines now. I'm going to multiply, leave this one as it is. 63a plus 15b plus 3c is equal to 144. And I'm going to multiply this by a minus. That is minus 19a minus 5b minus c. Surely there has to be a shorter way of doing this, and there is. So that's 63 minus 19. I end up at 44a plus 10b oh, damn it. I need to multiply this by a 3, don't I? So 19 times 3, so that's because my c's aren't going to cancel out there. So I need to multiply this bottom line by a 3. So 19 times 3. That's 57a. This times 3. And this times 3. And this times 3. 32. Okay. That actually works out nicely there. So I end up with 63 minus 57 gives me 6a is equal to 144 minus 32 is 12. A is equal to 2. Excellent. A is 2, which means I'm going to go back here. If A is 2, I'm going to go back to this one now. 30a plus 4b is equal to 64. So that's 30a plus 4b is equal to 64. I'm after finding out that a is 2. Which means that's 60. So that's 4b is equal to 64 minus 60, which is 4. So b is 1. Now I know that I'll just take, 19a plus 5b. So that's 19a plus 5 times b plus c equals 44. And, there's loads of ways of doing this. So it's 24 plus c is equal to 44. C see, is equal to, sorry, that's 38. Too many teams. 38. Oh my god. 5 ones are 5. That gives me 43. So C is equal to 1. And D, if I go all the way back to the start, A plus B plus C plus D, so I go all the way right back to the very first one, is equal to 4. Well, D is 0, which means finally Tn is equal to, so A is 2, n cubed plus 1n squared plus 1n plus 0. That took a lot of effort. There is actually a little bit of a faster way to do it. Again, if you understand your differentiation, you would realise that if you differentiate a cubic 3 times, you know, that's when you get your third difference. So there's a link between, you know, how to go backwards, and it's actually, and if you do think about this, it does make sense, but you need to divide your third difference by a 6, and that will get you the coefficient of your n cubed. So if it was a quadratic, you divide your second difference by 2, and if it's a cubic, you divide your third difference by 6, and both of those will get you the coefficient of your first part. And then, okay, you have to go off and still do some simultaneous equations, but not as long as 4 equations, 4 things missing. And then same as quadratic, if you wanted to sum up a cubic, there is no fast way to do it. You just have to type it into your calculator and sum it up.